Hello everyone and welcome. This is Angelina and I'd like to say thank you for joining us again today for the Smada World Opportunity Webinar offered by Next Level Africa. Today's webinar is specifically going to provide information and updates for you on the exchanges and NLA. We'll not be going over BCN or UPP+, although as usual we will be having the Q&A at the end. And you are welcome to ask questions covering all things. So I'd like to say a warm welcome to everyone because we really do appreciate all of you turning out week after week to hear our updates and provide your input. So welcome to people from Canada, the US, Australia, the Netherlands. Oh my goodness, we've got Spain and let me see, we've got quite a few people here. Anyway, thank you for joining us. Let me see, oh, Denmark. There's someone from Denmark. Thank you. Anyway, thank you and welcome. And I will turn this webinar over to Noel, who is our CEO and founder of Next Level Africa. Welcome, Noel.
Thanks, Angelina, and welcome everybody. Okay, where I want to start from with this particular webinar is that I would like to send a special thanks out to Maxine York, who has assembled a team in the way of Lou Casabianca and Ray Bennett to get together to put a lot of instructions and a step-by-step on every aspect of Next Level Africa, our exchanges, and really doing a good job. Also to Angelina, that's been helping with the just the wording and making sure that all the points are correct out there. I've had the easy job out there. I've just been inspecting the final work, so that's an easier job for me, obviously. And some of Lou's work, you may see it there. Lou is behind the Smada World website, so I do want to send a special thanks to Lou. He's doing a marvellous job on that, and we are closing in on having a lot of that completed. And so I just wanted to make that special thanks to that team. You'll start to see a lot of their efforts. Already they've been posted. A lot of their efforts will start to appear in there because we're just going over every aspect to try and make it as easy for members as possible to navigate through the NLA platform and the exchanges and things like that. Okay, so moving on to the exchange, as you well know that CEX is now open. We had to do some testing. Well, I wanted to make sure that things were working out there correctly. We've officially taken over the running of CEX. So we have a group of investors that we wanted to make sure that the depositing in and withdrawing and just transferring coins in and transferring coins out, all of that worked out there, and just wanting to make sure that the site was operable so that we could talk to them in confidence on it. It opened up about 3 days ago. There are funds on the way to CEX. We've got, it takes 3 to 5 business days to finalise funds being loaded in there, so you may not see much activity until some of those funds arrive. We had discussions. I finished up going into a bit of a discussion last night in one of the rooms. I try to stay out of them because it can go sometimes a little bit sideways if it happens, because a lot of people are misinformed and really don't understand the exchange. So that's why we're trying to make it as easy as possible for people to navigate through it. We do have a number of coins on there. NLA is not the only coin on there. So, and we're going to look at putting other coins on there because we want to make it a total exchange to engage people to trade within that exchange. The other thing is that because we have no control over this, and people have asked me why there are coins on the exchange at the price they are, we have no way to get into someone's head to get that answer. You'd have to ask the person that's listed the coins. And I can only guess, and these are just pure guesses, that the lower coins there, you would possibly find that these people have just walked away from the system. I mean, we've been going for some time now, and I think we're all well aware that some people have given up and gone. And because these coins have possibly been paid in a commission structure, they only owe them $1 a coin. So if they get $30 a coin for them, they're probably happy, but some of them may not even check to see what's going on. We have a lot of people coming into the webinars and the rooms that are familiar with what's going on and what we're trying to do, but not everybody knows that. Then we look at the Chingaling, which Chingaling, the website, the exchange for Chingaling has been down since December. They had an attempt of a breach in there, so they took it offline so that they could engage in that. So it's been a mammoth job doing the security, because Chingaling have 50. Sorry about that. I have no idea what's going on. We get the gremlins that come along and decide to do what they do. So can everybody hear me again now? Okay, it threw me out. I had to log back in again. So I was just talking about, thanks everybody. I was just talking about the exchanges, and I'm just getting my focus back going on that. Talking about the exchanges and just some of the things that go on. Now with the Chingaling coin, for those members who have forgotten, because a lot of the things coming up in one of the rooms last night were, you know, people that really haven't followed what's been happening for the last probably 3+ years with our exchanges. But our first coin was the Chingaling coin, and a lot of people were paid in commission structures with Chingaling, and as a gesture the bank allowed us to purchase the Chingaling coin before it was released into the marketplace at $1 a coin. So between commission structures that came in, there was probably 2 million Chingaling coins sold out there in the marketplace. So a lot of people had bought them out there. I certainly bought some. Now, some of these people have listed the coins and walked away from them in their exchange. The Chingaling coin is in there now for $30 a coin. So when we look at if people ask me for advice on what they should invest in through cryptocurrency, the best investment in the CX exchange at the moment is Chingaling. How can you go past that? For me to say anything other than that would be ridiculous. So there are people that are, as I said, they've walked away, but there's about $25,000 worth of Chingaling coin there for under the $100 mark, some for $30 and $40. And when we see the GX site go up, you're going to see Chingaling. And look, I haven't officially been told this yet, but I believe it's going to be in excess of $600 a coin. So anyone purchasing that coin at $30 a coin will certainly benefit. There was a purchase made of 63 Chingaling coins. If you look in the exchange, you will see it there. And those Chingaling coins were purchased at $30 a coin and were relisted back onto the exchange at $700 a coin. I mean, that's a cost to the person that bought them of $2,000 to buy those coins, and the value on them on the exchange that they've listed up there is $44,000. So, you know, people are going to snap those up with a lot of the funds that are on the way. But once these coins go, and we won't see them again at that price, certainly not the Chingaling. And of course, as I mentioned, by the end of June, we're going to be looking to take the dollar coin value away from Next Level Africa, so it's going to have a different landscape within these exchanges purely because of what we're doing there as far as setting up the correct information. I don't want to cover too many other topics that we're dealing with, but we do have some interesting things that we're working on in the background where companies will be using the NLA coin as their payment processing system. And as I said before, that the only company, which is Next Level Africa, has been the recipients of the dollar coin. And just to let you know that when we deal with Next Level Africa, we are about to, it's been coming for the last 3 days. They've obviously had a few little glitches with line 6, but line 6 is very close to coming to me. I mean, I was supposed to be here 3 days ago, they said, but the programmers, for whatever reason, have been working on the system out there to make sure all the balances are correct. We had a few discrepancies with the balances, but we have full record of everything in every member's account. We have a history because we loaded everything into a server as a holding server, and then what we have then is we have a development server, the dev server, which everything is built onto. And then when we complete the dev server, we load it then onto the main server. So that's where things are going. So it's not as though we haven't got record. You don't have record in your back office, but we have full record of every transaction that every member since the day they started, so we can check that out. So all I'm getting at is that there's been a lot of activity going on in the background to get this correct out there, so that we've got a working platform that we can just simply go in there and do things, and they work. So that's all been put in place now. So with the exchanges, as I said, I won't go into great detail about how they work out there, because there's a lot of moving parts to the exchanges, and this will be something that we'll do a special webinar to cover how to to navigate through the exchange, and we're going to be doing some video up on it to try and help members explain it a little bit better for them out there. So you'll see a lot of that, and this particular webinar now is purely just to give you a bit of a rundown on just where we're at with the exchanges. So anyway, just stay tuned. You'll see things happening in the exchange. We've got members to some of the investors that we'll be talking to possibly in the next day or so, because we're happy the exchanges are all, the CEX is all working correctly. So but there's just a few things going on there that we just want to double check on. Moving on to Next Level Africa, you'll see a lot of things coming into play with Next Level Africa. As I mentioned before, that I'm getting ready to take a trip to the States to do a sign-off for a grant for Next Level Africa, and the banks are allocating $100 billion a year to Next Level Africa for us to help with some really large humanitarian projects that we have going there as well. And what I want to say is that with the humanitarian projects, it's the same as all of the listings out there, because we're literally going to have thousands of them. We don't want anybody to send their particular project to admin to try and get whatever it is. We've had a couple of people do it, and it's we really want to make sure this doesn't happen, because we're not making this the criteria that if you make a bit of noise and send it off to admin, you'll get in front of the line. We are going through the projects out there, humanitarian projects, and we'll start to nominate the ones that we want to assist out there. You know, it's a job that we know we've got to do, and so having people sending us pages and pages of information about their particular project, it takes up valuable admin time, and if we had thousands of people doing that, we'd need hundreds of people in admin to try and manage that. So I just want to remind, because look, we are getting to the pointy end of this whole thing now. We are really going to be dishing out some pretty serious dollars out there as well. So whilst we've just been talking about it now, we are going to have to get serious about it and make sure that we don't have people thinking this is just a plaything that we're involved with. It's very serious. And we are looking to change a lot of lives in the world, and we want to make sure that we get on top of it. So whilst we nominate the projects out there, we have that vetted by a company that has been appointed to do that, and they will vet the various projects to make sure that they're 100%, so that they sign off on it. So it's not us signing off, because I don't want to get in a position where I nominate something and it finishes up being a bit of a pie in the sky, just a scam going on out there. So we're going to have a lot of you know, things in place where we can protect the dollars going through on that. And then of course asking the various humanitarian project managers out there to consider investing into the hand that's feeding them, in the way of having a closer look at our coins, if you like, or some of our programs will be running out there, so that they can finish up. So I'm just getting some information too. Okay, still, I'm just, look, while I'm on this call, I'm still linked in with Los Angeles and London, waiting on the final okay for things to, you know, to happen with the exchange, especially GEX at the moment. That's their main concern, to get that back up on the live again. So sorry about that. It's just that it came in. I thought that might have been something I could have shared with you. So anyway, look, that's where we are. We want to make sure that the projects are out there, and people just simply list them. We will go through them. The criteria for the humanitarian, we'll get a clarity from the bank on that to make sure we've got you know, the correct things in place, so that people can know exactly what the you know, what's required when they list their humanitarian out there. It won't vary too much on what we've got in place anyway, but nevertheless we want to make sure out there that we get it all correct. So so that's where it is. With Next Level Africa, we are, as I said before, we are going through the lines to get them all lined up out there. And just to give you an idea, that look, with what we've got coming in to Next Level Africa, with members coming in there and coming in on the dollar coin, and remember this is only exclusively available for the Next Level Africa members to upgrade, there's approximately 1 million coins that will come into the system when we finish up with getting all the lines in. That's for starters. It could be a lot more than that, but there's approximately 1 million that are to be going in there now. Well, 1 million coins coming into the system, by the time we get going there with it, that's going to be worth in excess of $100 million, somewhere between $100 and $150 million. That will come back into the NLA community. So a lot of members are going to benefit from that. And as I said, that when we then start looking at the exchanges out there, or the CEX exchange, anyone who was joining Next Level Africa will have to buy coins through the exchange or buy from another member, and also be able to list and sell their coins as they like. So all of this will happen on the exchange, and it'll happen when we stop the dollar coin. The dollar coin has been something I wanted out there for the members, but it has had an adverse effect on the value of the coin, and you know, where people have received it in the way of a commission don't respect it. So, but there are people out there that do, and that's why I persist in doing it. I know that when we finish this, that a lot of people will certainly benefit. It'll change lives on what people have out there in the way of the coins. And we are looking to develop other programs that we will manage, because remember this, that we have got one of the most unique programs on the planet. We are a sleeping giant at the moment, because very few companies own the currency that they use within their operation. We have the currency. The NLA coin is our currency. We own the exchange where we trade the currency. We own the program that manages that, and we'll be building other programs, because when I actually developed the Chingaling coin and the NLA coin, they were brought out for a purpose. The likes of Bitcoin, whilst it's been there now for a decade, was not brought out for any particular purpose. It didn't trade for about 12 months or so after it came out, and people were just buying it to hold it. And I think a lot of times people were using it in the gambling world, just to use it as a token within the gambling world. So it found its way into mainstream out there. A lot of the Bitcoin is in the Asian markets. China's got probably 75% of the Bitcoin market. So they've, you know, there's a reason that came out, but it was not for mainstream out there to use it. There's only 20 million of them. So there's, you know, some of the other currencies have got a bit of value going about them in the long term. And of course the mining aspect of it, that's really really difficult. And look what happened with Bitcoin. I'm not bashing Bitcoin out there. It is what it is. It did go to as high as $20,000 a coin in December, and so the point I'm trying to make with that is that it's now dropped down. Look, I haven't looked at the most recent prices, but it's under $8,000, probably $7,500. Well, companies receiving that in, it's nice if it goes up, but if you receive it in and it goes down, and in some cases it went down sometimes $2,000 and $3,000 a day. So if you receive Bitcoin in as payment for something, the next day you'd be a bit concerned if you hadn't sold it off. So a lot of people who came into the market, crypto market, with Bitcoin certainly maxed their credit cards out, and so that's why a lot of it's just being sold off, so people can recoup what they felt they've lost, because it is a very volatile coin, and that's what happens with it. Whereas the NLA coin has never gone down ever. The market maker sets every value of a coin, and it's really only been because of Next Level Africa and what we're doing with the coin for the members that's kept our coin a little bit strange out there in the marketplace. So you'll start to see so many changes with it, and as I said, that the amount of coin that will be going through to members when we complete the lines coming in will be something that you know, no one there will ever see. So we're just very excited about getting it all going there. All right, look, that's really where to try and cover the exchanges and Next Level Africa both together in a webinar like this. We'd be here till the end of our winter, which is first of winter today. So I'm on countdown now. It's only 91 days left to get to spring. But serious note on it, this is just a little bit of a brief overview on what's going on out there, because there's still a fair bit going on, and we'll be starting to isolate it down to run specific webinars to do with the exchange and Next Level Africa as we go. All I can say is that the promotion that I'm about to mention now has been one of the most exciting promotions that we've ever done out there, and a lot of these members that are securing the positions in there are certainly going to benefit from it when we release, because we have some very, very large groups wanting to become part of Next Level Africa, and we've been holding them back because they're just they are going to be quite large. So I want to make sure that the NLA members and their family and close friends receive the benefit from this, because it's going to be important in the long run. Anyway, but look, that's really just winding up on the exchange and where we are with Next Level Africa. So as I mentioned, that there'll be no more $1 coins, and this is a good thing, because by the end of June, Next Level Africa will discontinue offering the NLA coin for $1. So that just simply means that all coins will be managed through the exchange or member to member. Out there, you won't be able to, Next Level Africa won't be selling any more coins directly. We'll sell all of our coins like everybody else does through the exchange, and so therefore that will benefit anybody that receives NLA coins in the system. We're making this special offer to our members and guests. The purchase of 50 plus positions in Next Level Africa at $20 US for each position. We will need a spreadsheet so that it can be loaded in by our programmer. They fall on line 9. The reason we are doing this is to secure the dollar coin for the upgrade, and that's really what it comes down to. We've had members asking us about they'd like to put a hold on it, but I can't put a hold on this because, and in fact we've restricted some members down that wanted to take some large quantities of accounts. We've restricted it down because there is a limited amount of accounts. We're probably halfway through it now, so you know, we just want to keep an eye on it. So I can't tell anybody we can put a hold on it, because we may, it's the coins is we're trying to secure. You know, once we secure the coins at the dollar mark, because once they go, we're on what we call a seed node from the bank, and that seed node represents X amount of coins, and when they're gone, they're gone. There is no more. The banks have been on to me for some time now. They wanted to stop yesterday. So as I said, this is all about securing that dollar coin for the members. We're also allowing members to do partial positions in NLA, so sending an expression of interest for partial position, which is 10 plus. We will link the members together and submit one CSV file. The cost on this would be $22 per position. The reason it is a little bit more expensive is because we've got a little bit of admin work to do on that, and our programmers will charge us to load these files in. They're not something that they do for us for free, or that we'd like them to. So there is just a little bit of a cost on doing it. But understand this, that if we looked at the value on this, and I already know that there's going to be at least the line underneath these accounts filled, which will have 3 members under there that will pay 10 coins each, so you've got 300 coins. The NLA coin now has a market value of $118. By the time we get to the end of June, it's probably going to be in the vicinity of $150 plus per coin. So you're looking at a return on that at $22. You're looking at a return of somewhere in the vicinity of $4,000 to $5,000. So all I'm saying is that this will never happen again. No other company can offer a promotion like this, and so once again we're just wanting to make sure our members get the benefit of maximising the coin that we've all been so patiently waiting on getting it happening. Now you can send your expressions of interest to support@smada.world. This is where we manage all of that. Angelina is running the system there. She answers everybody that sends in information in a timely manner and then works with them to make sure they get their information and how it's all put together. And as I said, we've had a massive response from this over the last month or so we've been running it, so it's been quite an interesting exercise, and it's good to see that the members are still interested in Next Level Africa. That's really what it all comes down to. It's very exciting to see what's going on there. Just to point out an interesting point here, if we round figures off, when we started doing these webinars, it was on the 23rd of the 3rd, virtually 2 months ago. The coin value was $62.15. We had an asset account value of $4.5 billion. As we go through that now, the last time, which was the 29th, when the coin value went up to $118.18, and we now have an asset value of $8.5 billion, you can see that it's doubled, just rounding it off, in the past 2 months. We haven't really done anything as far as sales go within Next Level Africa. That's about to happen big time. But even if it kept that same pace out, you would find that the NLA coin will go up 2,000% in the next 12 months. So you can see that it's really destined to become quite a coin, sought after coin out there, because you're watching it there as it goes. And so therefore that's what the market maker, and how it's set, the market maker's job is to set the value of the coin. Remember this, that when we sell members the NLA coin at $1, it's not sold through the exchange. If it were, that would affect the coin. But what happens is that through the humanitarian project that's going on there, the banks are placing that money into the NLA account, and they have committed to put $20 billion in there. And that's coming from their investments into what they do with investing in futures trading, gold, silver, diamonds, all sorts of things out there, and that money finds its way back in. So we are destined to have $20 billion. So our coin is not likely to go down for some time. It'll only continue to go up. And if you want to look at that, in the last 2 months, the coin has gone up close enough to $60. In that last 2 months, that's $30 a month. Maybe not quite $30 a month, but you can see where I'm going with that. I remember when we started seeing increases in the coin, when we first kicked off and the coin was out there at $1.12. $1.12 it first went on the market for, and then gradually started to go up, and we'd see an increase of 5 cents a coin. I thought, wow, that's nice. Just gone up 5 cents. And of course now, and that's because of as the value goes up, it'll continue to rise per month. So as I said, if you want to secure those positions, certainly send an email into support, and Angelina will gladly manage anything you need there. I'm going to hand this back over to Angelina now.